Well, folks, as you know, America is facing many threats, but perhaps the biggest threat right now is the infiltration of critical race theory into our schools. A theory that is teaching kids to not only hate America, but to actually hate each other. It's sad. They are learning that all white people are oppressors and black people are the oppressed. Critical race theory believes industry and academia, our entire nation really is, quote, inherently racist. It's not. But they push this system to get our kids, who were all previously colorblind, to now judge people based off of the color of their skin. It's backwards, right? Parents are fighting back across the country. In Rocky River, Ohio, they're making their voices heard in opposition to the district's diversity and inclusion program. In other words, critical race theory.
Voice my opposition to the Marxist critical race theory instruction and practices being forced into our school systems.
Stop teaching the dangerous politics of group identity. The parents and taxpayers of Rocky River see right through it.
All right, well, there are groups now nationwide to fight this dangerous curriculum. U.S. Parents Involved in Education is at the forefront of this fight. It's an organization providing parents with resources to fight back against their woke school districts. Well, the communications director for the U.S. Parents Involved in Education group joins me now. April Few is her name. Also with us, a strong advocate for USPIE and author of the book, Words for Warriors. Our friend Sam Sorbo is here. April, Sam, great to have you both on the show.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
So, April, I'm so glad you started this group, because one of the things I like to do on this program is give people tools about how to fight back. When was the moment you decided you needed to do something?
Well, I've been working for USPI for about 7 years now, and we have built a strong national coalition of parents who really started the fight against Common Core and then joined forces to create United States Parents Involved in Education because we saw that the problem was really coming down from the federal government. So with this latest fad, critical race theory, which has really been in the universities, as you mentioned on your show earlier, for quite some time, but it's now making its way down into K-12. And it's happening all over the country. It's happening in my hometown, which prompted us to create this guide for parents. I can go in step by step and explain what we're doing.
Well, April, let me do this. Let me put some of the things that you recommend parents to do on the screen right now. We've got a graphic, and then Sam, I'm going to ask you about it. So gather your facts, local coalition building, approach the school board, legislative remedies, state coalition building, and unite in friendship and respect. Sam, I know you're a parent just like I am. How afraid are you for your children that the color blindness is gone and starting at an earlier and earlier age?
Yeah, sadly, critical race theory is actually pushing racism, and we ought to be very clear about that. In fact, I heard of one parent who marched in there and said, "How dare you teach my daughter, who was biracial, that I am oppressing her? The mother is white." She said, "In fact, if anybody is oppressing her, it's her black father who walked out on us when she was 2 years old," right? Mic drop moment. But that's not really what this is about. This is about separating children from their parents, turning them against each other, and turning them against themselves. This is about hatred for children. And so what April and USPI are doing is fantastic, because what they are encouraging parents to do is join together as a coalition, form some unity, form some power in numbers, and go to the school boards and start pushing back. And it's high time we did that. We've been putting up with this for too long. It's critical race theory is only the latest in all of the different evolutionary steps that they've taken to tear families apart.
Well, Sam, let me ask you, because I know, as Sam said, there is really great strength in numbers when it comes to this. What do you do when the school board just doesn't want to hear what you all have to say? I mean, excuse me, April. I'm sorry, April.
Well, there are legislative remedies that you can take. You can go to your elected officials You can try to get legislation passed on the state level to prohibit critical race theory and all of its tenets, like the 1619 Project, culturally responsive teaching, because it's not called critical race theory anymore. But you can also use our guide at uspie.org and take over your school board. Get some people in there who understand, who aren't going to put up with this and tolerate this racist, divisive theory.
Well, sometimes that's all it takes is to get right local candidates in there that can actually make a change from the local level. That's why I say
Grant,
local politics are so important. Don't just focus on it. Yes, Sam, real quick. I'll give you the last word.
I just want to say that we're fighting the unions, and we have to be cognizant of that. And the problem that we have is that the school board members are voted in, and then the unions train them to vote for the unions basically no matter what. Critical race theory is a Marxist agenda. It's coming from our communist-controlled public teachers unions, and we have to be cognizant that we are fighting a bigger fight than that.
Yeah. Well, Sam, I'll tell you, you're spot on, as always, because the unions are the biggest blockade to quality education in America today. We've already seen it. They're keeping kids out of school for no reason, and then this nonsense as well. Sam Sorbo, it's great to see you. April Few, thank you for coming on the program. Ladies, it's always a pleasure. So, Joe Biden.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, we're real news for real people.